Hello and welcome to our live. Apparently we are live now across LinkedIn, Instagram and YouTube, which is not at all terrifying, but Advita and Trudy think this is a really good idea. So I'm Jenny, I am the Calm of Calm Edge Rebels.
And I'm Trudy. I'm the Edge of Calm Edge Rebels.
You can tell we've done this loads of times before.
Yeah, we have.
We're real experts. And I'm Advita, and I'm the rebel part of Calm Edge Rebels.
And some of you will know us from our podcast called Calm Edge Rebels. And if you do know us from there, then you'll know that we are never scripted, which I feel like we've just demonstrated very, very well.
We have, and especially how many times we've just said Calm Edge Rebels. I mean,
there's a prize if you can count them at the end. So we decided to do a live today because we wanted to share some news with you. So thank you very much for coming along. We have some exciting changes coming up for us, having done a podcast for 3 years, and we launched coaching retreat days 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah, October 2021.
2021.
Yeah. And we've worked with around 40 people, I think, on our coaching retreat days. The next one is in March. If you want to come along, you're very welcome. And we'll share more about those in a bit. But today we've got some exciting news about what's coming up for us in 2024. And it's not another season of the podcast.
No. We're pressing pause on the podcast and doing something a bit more expansive. Can I say it that way? Expansive.
You can to an event where they were talking about hyper-focused and hyper-personal and like this.
Something more accessible and inclusive that's going to bring everybody together, and it's all around a membership club that will allow us to do more of what we do from the coaching retreat.
Yeah, and it's always been something that we have kind of spoken about at various points of doing the Calm Edge Rebels podcast and the retreat, and the membership, as Trudy has shared, was an opportunity for us to bring something that is inclusive and accessible more than anything, because we do get various people coming over, DMing us or chatting to us to say that, oh, we'd love to come to the retreat, but I'm not sure if it's quite right for me, or budget-wise, I'm not sure if I can invest at the moment. And we recognise that there's a bit of a gap in the market to bring a membership-style club where people can still lean into some of our expertise and specialisms and learn. And as we say, as part of our kind of remit, our vision, I suppose, or our objective is to help you live the best life you possibly can. And the membership, which we haven't said the name of the membership, we just
the membership.
The membership would allow you to do that. So, Jenny, do you want to share what the name of the membership is?
Okay. I also really our process for coming up with the membership name, because as all of our thinking is done, is a lot on WhatsApp, which some of you will know, but also over dinner. So it was actually a dinner that we were together in London for your birthday, I think it was.
Yeah, we started the process at dinner.
We did.
We didn't finish it.
No, we didn't. And we got some external help in to think about it. But the whole idea is that we want you to have clearer thinking to help you move forward. So the idea around the membership is that it's designed to do that. So it's called the Clarity Club, and it's here to help you get more clarity to live the best life for you. And what we wanted to do, as Advita and Trudy have said, is take some of the things that we talk about in the coaching retreat days and make that just much more accessible for more people. And those days are built around sessions looking at how to have more confidence, how to have more impact, how to build better habits and have better boundaries, and how to create the life that you really want to lead. And that's really where the Clarity Club has come from. And there's a lovely little scroll going on the bottom now.
I know.
That you can see.
Well, I'm well chuffed with that. Making me look very technically abled. And the one thing I wanted to add about the Clarity Club, and which is quite important, is that we're creating it so it's something that you can dip in and out of. So the fact that we're going to be coming to you live every month, we're going to record these sessions, they'll be uploaded onto a portal, and you can access it whenever you want. You can dip in and out if you need a little bit of push, or you just want to remind yourself about some of the stuff that we may have shared, and you have access to these lessons and workshops and advice and techniques for as long as you remain a member with the Clarity Club. And we're really excited, we have energy and effort into creating a program that is valuable, that gives you what you need to live the best life that you want to live. We often get asked questions about how do we do this and how do we manage that. One of the ones I always get is, you seem very busy, like you're always very busy. And I always tap into Jenny's, no, I just prioritize different things. And it's my choices. So we have a meeting about habits, which is going to be the first session in February. So as you can see by my little fancy ticker, which says the doors officially open to the club. I always feel like I'm talking about 1990s here now, but the doors to the club officially open on the 7th of February. And the first session will be taking place on Wednesday at 4 p.m, 28th of February. And the first session is going to be with Jenny, who's going to talk about how to form habits that stick. So the idea of these sessions is that we're going to have around 20 to 30 minutes presentation. Sometimes there'll be slides, sometimes there'll just be top tips and techniques. We're going to mix it up. And then there'll be opportunity for you to ask questions and any kind of advice that you may want for any specific challenges that you might have on that day. So the whole session is 60 minutes in total. So have I missed anything on that?
No. For the actual session, it will be an end-to-end where you come on, we have a presentation, we have an opportunity for questions and so on. But one of the big things that I love about the whole idea is that it will give you a level of accountability. So we start with habits, obviously, and that in itself is leaning towards, here's some accountability. We do so much on the coaching retreat in terms of developing people, helping people to get in touch with what's important to them, that the next step is you set a goal and you make a plan. And then from that plan, you have to be kept accountable. And I think one of the things that this will achieve is just that.
Do you know what I'm really looking forward to as well is the fact that we're going to be able to spend time with you as our community. So what we found with the podcast, and when we decided to do the podcast, was we wanted to create something where you would feel like you could join us for a cup of tea and have a chat. And so many people have said that to us over the years, that they talk back to us when they're driving, or they're listening while they're having a cup of tea, or laughing, or stopping it, sort of think about what we've said and maybe question some of our ideas. But this gives us a chance to have real conversation and get to know people, which I'm really excited about, because all three of us have such a passion to help people live their best life. And we've learned how to do it through working together and working with other experts, and that's really helped us. And we just want to share that as widely as we can. And I think that's the important bit for us, is the accessibility of it. So it's not going to be something that's going to cost loads, because that wouldn't be accessible. It's much more in line with a Netflix subscription type price.
$14.99 it is a month. That is the monthly price, and you can also pay for the year, which you save a month. So it's £165 for the year, which, we obviously biased in this, but we think is an incredible, price point for most people to kind of have access to some of the knowledge that we have. And what I love about what we bring to the workshops and to the support that we can offer you is our diverse perspectives. And if you've heard our podcasts in the past, or if you've heard us talk live at any of our events and stuff, that diversity element is incredibly important. All three of us have very different backgrounds. We bring in different perspectives, and I think that helps our community kind of engage and connect with us a bit better as well when it comes to what can you offer us? How do you how are you representing me in terms of the work that we do? Because we're fully aware that everyone's got different circumstances, right? And everyone has different things that they have to take account for, which is why it may sound a bit twee in saying that we want you to live your best life, but it's about living your best life within your remit, and us giving you and allowing you an opportunity to reflect and think about what you need to do to be the best you can possibly be in the circumstances that you're around. And we're not one of those kind of that's what the bro culture. I mean, I
don't know what I do.
Ignore me, but you know what I mean. There's those folks to say, join our community and we can make sure that you'll be like flying off on a private jet in 2 weeks' time or whatever it is. And give us a job tomorrow.
Oh, is it bro culture? I don't know. Someone tell us in the comments, please. If you're watching live, please put in the comments whether or not Abita's talking nonsense. I don't know, but all I can see now is like our Instagram with sort of us superimposed onto a private jet walking off, like join the Clarity Club.
Yeah,
not what's John said. Oh, here we go. John has said, with inflation, it's almost as cheap as Tesco meal deal.
There you go. That's a great way, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? It probably is as much as a Tesco meal deal. Hustle culture. Amber, you come in.
Brilliant.
Maybe hustle culture I'm talking about. Oh my goodness.
Maybe.
Great name, actually.
But I also want to know what bro culture is, so I'm going to go and look that up after this.
Don't.
I've made it up. But the folks listening will know what I mean. Like we often fall into this. People say to me, and I know you both get it as well, like, how would you do it? Like, how do you manage everything? And you seem to be like, doing this and doing that, and you're getting what you want. It seems that way externally, but it isn't always like that. And I think it's really important for you to understand behind the scenes more. And that's what these workshops and these sessions are about. And alongside these monthly sessions, by the way, we're also going to be doing an Ask Us Anything every quarter. So you get to literally ask us whatever you want, right? And we're going to be open to our community members, and you can ask us questions about how we run businesses or how we got to where we are today, what works for us, what doesn't work for us, anything that you feel that's holding you back, for example. And we've got the full kind of 60 minutes with you to talk about that. And that's going to be every quarter as well. And when you register on the wait list, you'll get like a little welcome email from us to kind of say thank you. And then if you decide to join the Clarity Club, you'll get like the schedules and what's involved and all of that kind of stuff as well.
I think that's really good. Just to say there that that made me laugh out loud.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. That's really great. Is what we're asking you to do today is join the wait list for the Clarity Club. So we wanted to have an opportunity to just chat about it, answer any questions you might have. But if you want to join the wait list, as Abita said, that's where you'll get it. And now she is doing the nice new prompt on the screen of how you can join the wait list. We're going
to share the link in the comments as well. So Darini have wangled into helpers. That is the right word, wangled as well.
I think stop saying wangled. No. All I can think about now.
I've wrangled her. This is why we shouldn't do lives all the time, the three of us. I think we do well on our lives on Fridays.
We need a dictionary.
We're going to share the Clarity Club page in the comments. So please do join our wait list as well. So let me just sort that out while these two are filling you in.
That's really made me laugh. Sorry.
I know.
Because all I could think about was that this morning thing when it was Holly and Phil and they were talking about welly. I'm going to stop because I'm going to say something I shouldn't say live.
Yeah, don't say it.
We'll stop. What else do we need to talk about? Has anybody got any questions that they want to ask?
What Priya said. Priya's actually going to Google. So Priya's saying,
he has.
Bro culture is not defined consistently or concretely, but refers to a type of frat team masculinity, predominantly white, associated with frayed brim baseball hats, Oxford shirt, sports team. Oh, where our Clarity Club is definitely not that.
Not that.
Right. But if anybody's got any questions, if you've got anything that you want to ask us about the Clarity Club, if you're planning to join us, if you're brave enough to share, we won't hold you to it, promise. We won't hold you to it. About potentially joining us, what you're looking forward to. And also, it'd be really helpful for us to know what you'd love to know more about as well if you were to join the Clarity Club. Because we have got a schedule, but it's for... We're more than happy to kind of adjust and amend. And that's the best thing about joining something like this, that we want to listen to the community, make sure that we're addressing topics that you care about. We've picked the topics based on the feedback our coach and retreat members and guests have given us over the last couple of years and the things that have resonated with them the most. So we've kind of broken them down into short bursts of information that will help you. But if there's anything specifically that you want us like us to cover, or you'd want us to think about, then feel free to either leave a comment on here or DM us on LinkedIn. Each three of us have got our own personal LinkedIns, but you can also DM us on the Carmage Rebels page as well. John Wilkinson is saying, I'm in. Oh, we've got our first Clarity Club member.
Well, he wasn't the first. He was John Clegg was waitlisted.
Oh, did John say yes? Did I miss that?
John above has said waitlisted. He's on.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Wonderful.
John. The two Johns. The two
Johns.
Like
oh, there he is. Look, waitlisted. Yay! Oh, that's good.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
I think there is two people. I think the only thing I wanted to sort of bring into this conversation is obviously a lot of our world of people in communications or HR or employee engagement, whatever it might be. But this is for everybody. So for us, what we found from doing the retreats is that it's not just communication professionals that come. We've had accountants, we've had, I'm trying to think of other people.
Well,
but we've had consultants, we've had all sorts of different people come. And I think that for us is our dream, is to really be able to help everybody. And we found that with the coaching retreat days, that our community is beyond communications. There are a lot of people out there that don't know where to go to get this sort of help. And I think that we're quite lucky in our consultancy and coaching professions that coaching for us is quite normal, albeit can be quite expensive. So how do we find a way to help everybody that might not know where to go? And I've got a lot of friends that work in all sorts of sectors who are often saying, I don't know where to go and I'm a bit stuck. And I think that's always for us is, well, then you can join this. And every month we'll be able to help you with different pieces of advice that will help you do something a little bit different and do the things that you want to do.
Sorry, it's a little bit like our coaching retreat anyway, how throughout the session, we do have set sessions, but people come up with what's important to them. So as we're talking, we'll pull from our strengths and expertise as to how we can answer those questions and help people. But it really is fluid, isn't it? It's how the person is developing and it's what you need. So when, Advita, you mentioned the whole thing about living your best life is about what's best for you. And it's exactly what comes out from every time we have a session, every time we get together and work on stuff. And really, it's, you get in what you put in yourself. So, sorry, you get out what you put in.
It's catching.
I know, I'm getting that same thing.
But it's so important. It's that comparison, right? And I'm just seeing, we've had a few more people say they're on the wait list. So we've got Pauline.
That's great. Pauline's here.
We've got Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
We're going to be talking a lot about imposter syndrome, confidence. To be fair, most of our sessions are peppered around confidence. The workshops that we're going to be doing is to help you boost your confidence as well in certain areas. So look out for that. We're definitely going to be doing that. And Fiona, she signed right up. Fantastic. I was just saying about comparison. So comparison is definitely something that is mentioned quite a lot in our coaching retreats by others who are there, about how they feel sometimes inadequate compared to other people, or they feel like they're not as ahead as they should be, or they should be doing more. That's the other thing that we often get told. And we often say that comparison is that thief of joy. But it's easy to say that quote, but what does it actually mean? How do we bring in those tactics and techniques to help us manage comparison, so we're not always trying to keep up with the Joneses, right, or keep up with the Smiths or Patels or whatever. It's all about making sure that you have the techniques, you have the tools, you are feeling confident within your own value set, your own purpose, and what you want to achieve, and not be too fussed or bothered about what other people around you are doing, really. And it's good to kind of keep that eye. We talk about it's good to learn and be inspired by other people, but if that inspiration is then turning into regret or jealousy or comparison, then the only person that's impacting is you, right? It's not impacting anyone else. So it's that quote that I shared with Stephen Bartlett, didn't write it, but he shared it on his Instagram about the only energy we can control is our energy. And how we do that. So that's what this whole purpose of the Clarity Club is that we wanted to help you build that energy around you, so you have the control that you need to make the decisions that suit you and your loved ones ultimately. And
it's a journey, right? I mean, we talk a little bit on our podcast about the journey we've all each been on individually to get where we are today. Advita, you've recently shared quite a lot about looking back in sort of 2017 to where you are today and how different you are. And I can look back on mine, and Trudy, I know you're the set. Like, we've all had this sort of journey of, actually, we've had quite a transformative time in the last sort of 10 years or so, and actually that's led us to be able to know what works, what doesn't, and some of that is what works for us. But actually, a lot of the things that we share are also things that we've read, researched, looked at, so that we've got lots of different ways to help, because it's not one size fits all. And I think I always say that to people is, you've got to find your toolkit, you've got to find the things that work for you. And you know, when we do the habit session, which I'll be doing in February, we'll be looking at how to make habits stick. And that's about finding the right habits for you and how you sort of stack them, and lots of different things and ways to do it. And it's giving yourself that ability and that freedom to find the right way to build that for you, which is important.
Yeah.
Oh, it's almost making me want to join.
Come on. Amber's in.
Amber's in.
Do we
Donald
want
is saying
to?
hello.
Hi. Do we want to talk about the retreat? Because that's in March, and I know we've got a few places left for that. Do you want to have a little chat about that?
Yeah, so the next retreat is on the 13th of March. And as before, we'll be reaching out to everybody to come and join us. The retreat days for me are, you know, I learn it just as much as, you know, I'm giving at the retreat days, because we spend quite a lot of time talking about things like having impact and influence, understanding your purpose, values. We cover confidence in detail. As Advita said, that's kind of a bigger part of what we do. And also things like habits and the area of productivity. And those things are important to us personally. And it's about how we then communicate that back to you and get you involved in it and get you to work through things. It's a very fast-paced day. You know, we throw as much as we can in the day for you to work through. And through that, you actually walk away with something that you have to work on yourself, because I'm a strong believer, I know that Jenny and Advita are, that we all have to work on ourselves. We all have to figure it out for ourselves. So not only do we get all that input at the coaching retreat, it's then you take it away and how you're applying it to your life, so that you get to improve and develop and get to where you want to get to. So for me, the coaching retreat day is really good. I'd really encourage for anybody who feels slightly stuck, unsure of how to move forward on something, needing that clarity, needing to develop and work through what it is that they want to achieve in their life, you know, what legacy they want to build, you know, and all the things that, you know, sometimes we push aside because we're so busy with everything else, we don't actually spend time looking at it. But taking that day away is really, really powerful. So definitely encourage people to join.
It's very action orientated as well. So at the end of the, you know, we make sure that the coachees on the day leave with an action plan. It is intensive, as Trude says, but then we do have a one-to-one coaching session with you post-retreat a few weeks later to make sure that you are on, you've had all your questions answered. We're helping you stay accountable with the actions that you set yourself, and just to give you a little bit of direction. So you get the full day, but then you also get the 60-minute coaching session with one of us three, depending on your needs. So we'll spend a bit of time identifying what your needs might be. So if you're kind of struggling with confidence a little bit, then you might be allocated to me. If you're looking at habits and mindset and productivity, it could be Jen. And if you're looking at impact and influence, it could be Trude, or it could be a mix of the three of us as well. So it just depends on your needs. So we say it's tailored to an extent, because we do ask you to fill in a form, so we can make sure that it is the right thing for you, for one thing, but also that we are addressing some of your concerns on the day. So even though we have these kind of set programs to an extent, we do adapt and are flexible to make sure that we're addressing your outcomes. So you do have to fill in a little form with what you're trying to achieve, because it's an investment, and not only in terms of investment of budget, but also time. You know, you're taking a day out from your work and you're spending time on yourself. So we want to make sure that it's something that adds value to you. And Doreen is going to be sharing the coaching retreat. Oh, she has done so already.
Yeah.
And John,
she's ahead of you. She's ahead of you there.
So John, our lovely past coaching retreat guest, has said the retreats have been amazing for him. 2 very different outcomes specific to where I was and where I was heading. So, you know, of course, we're going to be sharing, you know, we believe in these retreats. We're really confident in them and we know we can make a difference. But if you do want to reach out to some of our past coachees or guests of the retreats, then please do so. Well, message us and ask us for any names, and we're happy to kind of share details if our retreat guests are happy to share that. And I know John has openly said in the past that he's happy to talk to people if you've got any questions and stuff like that, because it's important that it's the right thing for you, right? And that's what we're not going to kind of get you involved in a retreat just, you know, for the sake of it. We want to make sure that it's valuable, it gives you what you need, and you have the support that you'll need at that in that specific moment as well.
And they are small, so we only have 12 people at them. They're not sort of big retreat spaces where, you know, everyone can come along. They are 12 people, and then we do sessions where we're all together as a group, and then we break off into small groups where you'll work a bit with Advita, a bit with Trudy, and a bit with me. But the idea is that we really can sort of delve quite deeply into some of the things that are blocking you to help you move forward. So it can be a bit of an emotional day. I think that's probably quite fair to say. But it's really, really helpful if you are feeling like you just don't know how to get the next step. And the reason why we do it in March is because it's really helpful to do things like this in the first quarter of the year. Just psychologically, it's just very helpful. You might have had some time the first few months to think about things. And actually, I do need to invest in this. I know what I'm kind of aiming for, but I'm not quite sure how I want to do that. So I'm going to take some time, work with 3 fabulous people, and kind of unlock that, and then come forward, and then be held accountable to a 90-day plan on the back of that as well. So Amber's just shared in the comments that hers was very emotional.
It was very emotional.
It was, Amber. But it was wonderful.
Safe space, right? And that's what we might like, you know, for people like Amber and others who were with us, is so important. And I can't even emphasize how important it is that we create this safe space for you, and we allow you to express your thoughts and what's happening. And sometimes it does overlap in personal and professional, the two intertwine. And I think sometimes we spend a lot of our energy focusing on the professional stuff without taking account that personal has an impact on some of the stuff that we do. But that day is specifically for you. We don't share anything from that day publicly. You know, we're not going to come on live and talk about Amber's emotion that she quite clearly shared. But we want to make sure that it's a safe space for you. And that's what the retreat's about. That's what the Clarity Club is about as well. You know, the Clarity Club is a space for you to come and connect with the 3 of us on a monthly basis, ask questions that you have on those sessions, turn up to ask us anything. And it's just somewhere for you to go to get some help, really, or support, if that's what you're looking for. And safety and psychological safety is a very important area for all 3 of us. And we're keen to make sure that we continue to deliver that from people. But like I said at the start, if there's anything that you think is missing or you would like to see, and if you please, you know, again, spread the word to your communities, to your friends, to your family. If there's somebody in your world, you know, like Jenny said, they don't have to be in comms. You know, they don't have to work in HR. They can work in any role, and as long as they are looking for some support and help, and you feel like it'll be valuable for them, then please do spread the word. I'm sure we'll be popping up occasionally on these lives today. We've got a few minutes left.
Are we? Are we doing these again?
When they do, I don't know. I think it went pretty well.
Well, do you know what? Advita has been saying to us for ages, we need to get on our Instagram and go live. Trudy and I keep going, okay, when we're together, we'll do it. And then every time we're together, I don't remind Advita, and because she doesn't remember,
and then we forget.
Never happens. I don't mind this. I'm way more comfortable with this than I am just.
I think we should have that community.
I don't mind. I mean, I don't mind live, and I think it's such a good forum. So, you know, I'm open for it.
And also, you know,
just before we reach that 30-minute point, just to remind you to join the waiting list for the Clarity Club. We'd really love you to come and be a part of it, get involved, because it's going to be really exciting. We're really excited about what it's going to do and how it's going to impact people's lives. So really take the time, join the wait list, look out for more of the updates of what's happening. And we'll see you then when we start on the 28th.
Yeah, very exciting.
And this is our handle, Carmesh Rebels. So if you're watching us on LinkedIn, because we've gone live on 3 platforms, which is blowing the minds of Trudy.
I am impressed. Yeah, I am very impressed because I have no idea how that works. It's a bit
you're
like
watching us on Instagram, but if we have stopped using X as a platform to share information, because we just weren't getting any interaction, right? And you've got to edit your choices, as we often say. So we are focusing predominantly on Instagram and on LinkedIn as well. So please do follow us on those platforms if you're not already. We'll be sharing updates and stuff on there. As we said, we've shared the link to the retreat as well as the waiting list for the Clarity Club. And the doors officially open. So we've got to get on the waiting list. You'll get an email on the 7th of, those who have put your names on the wait list, you'll get an email on the 7th of February with the link for joining. And that's when you're officially in the club, and all the payment details and all that jazz will happen then. So look out for that. But like I said, if you've got any questions, any thoughts, any ideas, please do connect with us. We want to make sure that we're delivering what the community want, what you need, and we're looking forward to supporting you. We covered everything. I think we have. Thank you so much for showing up, by the way, because it's always a bit like, are people actually going to show up?
Be there?
So thank you for your lovely comments and your support. Honestly, it's so overwhelming to look at all your lovely things that you're saying. So Amber said she felt very supported at the retreat, and she's going to be joining the club as well. Emily was saying that it was great. Please do more. There you go.
We're going to be back then. We're going to be back. All she needs is one. I'd like to point out, this is her confirmation bias. All she needs is one person to go, it was great. So thank you, Emily, because now now that's it. Now everybody wants us to do it, and we'll be back.
I know, everyone wants to do it. Everybody has said yes. So Darini said there's one question. So what is the question, Darini? One last question. Oh, Lewis has asked, where does a retreat take place? Sorry, that would be helpful.
We didn't say that, did we?
Central London. It's right near Tower Bridge, and it's close to Tower Hill. Is it Tower Hill?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, Tower Hill Station.
The tourist, the Tower Hill tube station. It's in a hotel literally a minute away from there. So Central London, 13th of March. Starts at 9, finishes at 5. Breakfast is from 8:30. And we keep it tight to those time frames as well, so we know people got journeys and stuff. But if you're interested, Lewis, please do email us at hello@calmedgerebels.com. I'm just going to do a little banner so you can see it, because I'm addicted to these things now. Please drop us an email.
She's actually creating the banner live. I'm so impressed.
Yeah,
it's like a DJ there with all the little buttons.
Please, anybody, in fact, if you want to know more about the retreat, you want to know more about the Clarity Club, you want some more information, then hello@calmedgerebels.com, and we will get back to you. But you can go direct. If you just want to fill in the application because you think it's the right thing for you, then the retreat application has been shared in the comments as well. And I think, let me just check, that was what I had to answer. Was there anything else? Oh, it's Lou. Apologies, Darini can't spell. Blame it on her. Thank you for supporting the Darini. I appreciate it. Lou, it was Lou that said it. Thank you, Lou. If you've got any questions, Lou, then please just drop us a note, like I said. And I think that's it from all of us. We've said our bit. Thank you for joining us. Oh, what platform are you using to broadcast? Right now, John, StreamYard right now. We're using StreamYard, which is brilliant, by the way, if anybody wants to do live streams, because you can connect it to all sorts of different things. But yeah, we're using StreamYard. Our Clarity Club will be Zoom. So it'll be a private link, and then we'll be doing it on Zoom, and then we'll be cutting it down and putting it on our portal for you to watch back. But right now, we're coming through Zoom, through StreamYard, sorry. Happy to share more info, John, offline, if you want to know more. And Phoebe's just saying, great to see you.
Hi, Phoebe.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, it's been ages since we chatted to Phoebe.
She'll have to join the Clarity Club now. That's it. She'll have to join, then we can talk to her more.
Yeah, definitely. The Clarity. Yeah. So, Darini, can you just share the link one more time, so in case it's got mixed up lost in the comments?
And just to answer John, because John it's StreamYard.
StreamYard.
Sorry, it's a northern and fast speaking. StreamYard. I should have done a little banner. I feel like we're running out to do another banner. That's
probably
thank you, everybody.
Full of Vita.
So sorry.
The captions are super quick. Nice feature. Oh, thank you. I can't see who that is. It just says LinkedIn user, but thank you so much. But thank you, everybody, for joining us live. Really appreciate your time, energy, contributions, and we hope to see you in a future live again soon. But stay in touch. keep us posted on anything that you have any questions on, and we will see you soon.
Yeah, join the waitlist. Thanks very much.